So this is probably our #2 selling book. It's extremely popular. It's called a specification guide. The other book, the other nickname for this book is called the Yellow Book. It's funny because Motor had for many years, we had this book was yellow, and they were talking about changing it and making it blue like so many of our other ones. And we said, no, you cannot change the color of this book. We've got to keep it. You got to keep it yellow. So the front of the book gives you your key to lubricants. This book, from beginning to end, is just full of nothing but specifications. Now, the neat thing about it, I think there's probably 22 different types of specs that are in here. As your customers start flipping through it, and you need to get it down in front of them, something will jump out of them. They're like, oh, that's pretty nice. So I'll give you a quick example. I was in a shop working with a Matco distributor up in Eugene, Oregon, a guy by the name of Russ Sexton, and he was telling me about a shop that we were about to go into. The guy was kind of getting close to retirement, and he didn't think he was going to be a good prospect for books, so we didn't carry anything in. So we got in there, I got to talking to the guy and talking about difficult to find specs. And one of the things, even though he had an online system, that he had a hard time with were air conditioning specs. So I had Russ go back out to his store, get one of these books, and showed him our air conditioning data, and he bought one right on the spot. So I'm going to flip through and just hit some of the specs that are in here. It has all of the reset light procedures that come on in the dash. That's in the front of the book. Usually when I'm showing the book, I just grab sections at a time, kind of like I'm doing here. It gives you all your fluid types and fluid capacities, and then your service locations, vehicle lift points. Once you get past this section, you'll get into firing orders. That's another thing that's covered. It has valve timing marks. So one of the things, it doesn't have the procedures that go along with it. That's in our timing belt replacement guide. But it does have the timing marks, which is sometimes half the battle. Sensor values are covered in here. Serpentine belt routings are covered in here. Torque specs, tune-up specs, air conditioning specs. It has brake data in here. In the state of Maryland, they actually go, the book covers from 2010 to 2019. However, there are 3 specifications in here that cover a lot more years, and that's brake, ball joint, and tire data. So that's important for those that are in the state of Maryland because they require that a station have 25 years of those specs. We've got 25 years of just those 3 specs in this book. So it takes up a pretty good section. Brake bleeding sequences are also in here. And then it has tire data, wheel alignment data. It's just a book that literally every one of you should be carrying in the shops because it's a really big, popular book for Motor.